I'm Will Torres, partner today since day one, Mr. Ron Rubio. Today we have the Calexico Bulldogs traveling north to Warne Field in Wildcat country. Ron.
Yes.
Tell me a couple of things. What do the Calexico Bulldogs have to do today to get going for the season? Look, they had a loss, Central Spartans traveled to Willis Ward Field down there in Calexico, and Central went down there and took care of them, I would say, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. In that first quarter, that score was a little bit tight. Calexico hung tough. So if you're a Calexico Bulldog, what does Coach Solano have to do, Ron?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that about how the game went. In football, in most any other sports, there's a saying that you want to start fast, accelerate in the middle, and finish strong. Some of the things that didn't happen for the Bulldogs last week, and talking to Coach Solano just right now, terrific guy, good coach. They have the program back. We're getting on track. Solano, let's real quick on Solano, little background on him. The kid played for Cibola High in Yuma. From Cibola High, he went to Arizona Western, played a year there, 2 years there, and went to the University of Laverne. He is a lineman. He has lineman mentality. The reason I'm bringing that story is because that's the toughness that the Bulldogs are now finding. Yeah, they had a rough sled last week against Central, very rough. He was just telling me he didn't expect to win that game, but he expected a better performance than what the Bulldogs gave. That being said, hey, are they ready for the Wildcats, which is another big test? They're 1-1 in league. They need this victory to pull off an upset. They're going to have play a near perfect ball game, Will.
So and you do bring up a good point. They traveled to Southwest and they ended up beating Southwest.
They did. They were correct.
And Southwest right now, they might be on the bottom of the list, but every week they're gaining momentum. Now, fortunately for the Southwest Eagles, they're in the lower division, so they will be able to compete at that division where, as we talk about league, it's a little bit different. So the Bulldogs did prove that they belong in this league, which they always have, but they have to keep the momentum going. Now, the interesting thing, Ron, is are the Bulldogs going to come out with that same tempo?
They're going to have to use whatever got them here to this point, Will. I mean, they can't go back, in 1 week, fix things that hurt them 2 weeks ago. So, like you said, the win against Southwest was something kind of interesting, but it was a tough fight. It was a tough fight for Southwest. I mean, at halftime, it was 13-7. It was a 13-7 ball game for them. It wasn't that easy, and they didn't score until the fourth quarter. So, as I said, you want to start fast, accelerate in the middle, finish strong. They finished strong with 12 points in the fourth quarter. So, if they keep that mentality up, as we have the captains going out there for the Wildcats, number 13, Ethan Gutierrez, and number 23, Isaiah Young. Anyhow.
For the Bulldogs, we have number 56, and that's Christian Martinez. We also have, I think it's 21, Ron. 21, that's Ernie Sanchez. And I think it should be number 1, their quarterback. That's David Escobar.
Yes, sir.
He's only a junior at 5'6". They were switching around a little bit more.
I saw that.
But now it looks like they settled on the quarterback position. Ron, one thing that is key, Coach John Self. John Self was peaking every week. He was peaking.
So they weren't, they start out 0-2. They're on a six-game winning streak. They're ranked number 7 in D3. They've been rising in the rankings, which is something that we need to talk about. There's only 2 more games left in the season. They need to start getting that parity, and they've gotten there. They're 6-2 right now, and all they're trying to do is keep that momentum going. Why? 2 weeks away, what's happening? The Bell game. And that's going to be basically, if things go as they should, it's going to be for the league title. So right now, this isn't a tune-up game, man. It's just a game, a regular game. They need to get to 3-0, and they need to avoid an upset by the Calexico Bulldogs.
Well, we should see this week no more transferring back and forth. We're going
to yes, sir. Short pooch, and it's fumbled by number 7. Number 7 was David Rivera. Tried to catch the pooch off his hands, and it may be Wildcat ball. Referees are looking.
Yes,
it's Wildcat football.
Wildcat football.
This is a start that you wish you could close your eyes and go back. If you're the Bulldogs, benefit for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats are going to take over inside the 40-yard line. Let's say the 38 of the Bulldogs. So here we go. bunt set to the right. And Gutierrez fakes to Young, and Gutierrez walks in. So that's going to be a touchdown run of 8 yards. Hey, you just said it. They know everybody knows it's coming. Stop it. So that's a good sign of a good football team. Wildcats get their first touchdown, first score of the game with 8:08 remaining in the first quarter. Wildcats 6. Now it's time for the PAT. But it's Francisco Ariola. So Sasueta, not too much there. Tackled by a bunch of Wildcats, 67. That's Bernie Bustamante. That's 37 for the Wildcats. Trips to the right. Fake to Young. Slant to Platt. Platt completes it. And Platt's not afraid to go over that middle, knowing he's going to take a shot. Took a shot, held on to the ball. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Let's say the 13-yard line. So first and 10, Wildcats are moving. So the Wildcats with the first and goal at the 3. They give us to Young. He bounces it to the right, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. So touchdown Wildcats. And with 3:09 remaining, we have the Wildcats 13, Bulldogs 0. Back in there at quarterback is David Esquer. Give to number 19, and that is Andrew Rivera. Nothing doing on that jet sweep action. Wildcats gobble it up.
That's Charlie Lyon, number 21, getting in that backfield, Ron.
Motion by number 30. And Esquer's looking, Esquer, little toss, and it's a pick. A little bit overthrown. That is number 25. That is Moreno. Moreno, talking about freshman. Moreno drops to his zone. Overthrown pass. Hey, guess what? Not his problem. He's going to pick it. Takes it all the way, maybe. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. No, they're going to mark it at the 1. One more yard, it would have been a pick 6. Calexico wanted. Motion by Camilo to give us to Young. Young's going to walk in untouched. So that is going to put the Wildcats at 19-0 with 2:16 remaining. Abran Sasueta at quarterback. As we said, they'll rotate Sasueta and Esquer in there. Sasueta's looking, and he's not going to find anywhere to go. Laiai, you have Laiai on the sack. There's 2 more bodies on there. Let's see who else. You have Platt on there. Let's see who else is getting. You have Brody Ender. So a 3-man sack. We're going to give it to Ender, Bustamante, and Platt. 4th down and 7. Wildcats will start up. First and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs. Gutierrez set to throw, and it's batted up, batted down, and now, Will, is that illegal?
No.
I mean, the quarterback can catch it.
He can catch it if it was touched by another defensive player first, which is actually a very good question, which it was tipped by a defensive player, and he was able to catch it. But the thing is, Ron, look, I think Gutierrez is the only one that saw the ball up in the air, but if he would have batted it down, what would have happened, Ron?
What is it?
They would have got the ball back where the line of scrimmage was. It would have been an incomplete pass. Instead, they're getting the ball where it's at.
Look at that.
You know where I'm coming from?
Look at that. It's a loss of, I'm going to say, at least 12 yards. But, you know, when you're instinctive like that, man, you don't think that. I think, hey, maybe I catch it, I can go. Gutierrez again. He's looking, and he's wide open. That's going to be Washington. Washington at the 10-5. Touchdown. Hey, it didn't matter where they start from. Nice pitch and catch. Touchdown, Mekhi Washington. I was talking to him earlier, and he said, you know, Ron, last year I didn't even have enough 8th graders to hold a meeting. So, you know, you're reaping the benefits. And here goes Sanchez. Sanchez, nice little cutback at the 50. He's at the 45, 40, 30, 20. Cuts back at the 20 and finds his way to the 15. Good, solid run by number 21, and that's Ernie Sanchez. Ernie Sanchez, beautiful run, man. The give is, no, it's not. Oh
man.
That was Carranza, Tanner Carranza. Tanner Carranza with the tackle knocks the ball out of Sasueta's hands. And, man, look at that. So that's the whole thing. You take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, as they say. Last time I counted, they had 6 seniors on the offensive side of the ball. So here we go, Young. Young up the middle. Young is going to run to the 50. Sheds a tackler up to the 40, inside the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs.
He's still got another 4 yards after that.
Gets a lot of yards after contact. That's the strength that he has. And if you've seen Isaiah Young outside of his uniform with just shorts on, he's a built kid. The kid. And here is a pass to Porras, touchdown. And that time he didn't miss. So where Ethan Gutierrez missed, came back to it, touchdown, Brandon Porras.
Yeah, and that was just, you know, He probably, after that first one he threw to Porras and he missed him, he goes, you know what, I got that pass.
You know
I
what he
can
said?
get it.
He told the guy
Yeah.
running it, tell Coach Brandon to run that thing again. I guarantee he said that. Tell him to run it again. He got it. 6:08 remaining second quarter, 33-0 Wildcats. I do remember that night. Here we go. Gutierrez looking. He's looking for Platt. Platt down the middle. Platt with the catch. And Platt breaks a tackle, and he works his way up to the 25. I saw that developing. He looked right at Platt. Platt would, I'm telling you, Platt has no fear going over the middle, man. He has no conscience of getting hit. So the Wildcats with a good, as we say, pitch and catch all the way up to the Bulldog 35. Football, you can't surrender on either side. So here we go. Young being blitzed by number 52 of the Bulldogs. He finds his way, and he's going to go all the way to the 10. 5, cuts back, fumbles the ball, and don't tell me he recovered it. Are you kidding me? The ball is bouncing every right way for the Wildcats. So Gutierrez runs in from 20 yards, scrambles for 20 yards, fumbles going into the end zone. When it's going your way, man, it's going your way. With 1:35 remaining in the second quarter,
now, Ron,
we have the Wildcats 40, Bulldogs 0. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll give us to Sanchez. Sanchez off the left side. Sanchez is going to break it to the 40. He's at the 50, being chased by Carranza and Corrales, and he's going to find his way to the Wildcat 25-yard line. So now the Bulldogs, they have to hurry up a little bit. How many timeouts? They have one timeout left.
One timeout.
He's scared, looking to his right. He's rolling. He throws. It's going to be a touchdown. Nice play. Nice play. Andrew Rivera, as I said, he had a great return. He started the drive with a good return, and now he's scared with a great roll to the right, roll out pass to the right, touchdown Bulldogs, 1:12 remaining. Wildcats 41, Bulldogs 6. So there it is, Will.
That's going to be a key matchup in the Imperial Valley League. So we look forward for that tomorrow as we get ready for the Calexico kickoff.
The kick is up, and Daniel Camilo, first touch of the ball game for Daniel, I bet. Camilo looks like he's going to bust this one if they can't catch him. The only man to save him is the kicker. That was number 69, and he's brought down. Hey, number 69 did his job with the kickoff. That's Gal Monzon. Monzon was able to slow down Camilo, but not until he gets to the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs. He's a leader out there along with so Young. No, the pull by Gutierrez. And so that's the thing. That's the play you talked about. Well, they know they're going to do it. You have to stop it at any point in the ball game. It's a staple of Brawley's offense. You have to stop that.
And he's so good at it.
Very good.
Yeah.
He could do it. He probably could run that play blindfolded.
It's always good to see
I've got to visit Frank. I have something to pick up there. And a fumble. The ball was trying to give to Sanchez, fumbled by Isquer. And so the Wildcats take over.
And Ron.
That was Matthew Moreno, handout by Dawson Figueroa to Moreno. Looks like the Bulldogs are waiting for it. And looks like the Wildcats are going to lose 2 yards. Brody Van Dyver is doing pretty good. Playing some good football at the J. Here comes Sanchez. Sanchez with the cutback. Sanchez, 40, 50. Cuts back, spins. All the way to 35-yard line of the Wildcats. Good hustle by the Wildcats. Hey, I like how number 79, big man, 79, David Martinez hustled all the way down there. Good job, David. Sanchez with another break. Hey, Sanchez has put two big runs together. Could he be near 100 yards? At least over 50. Number 52, center. Makes all the play calls up on the line. Odd, even, and a fumble again. And it's kicked around, and it's going to be recovered by number 67 of the Bulldogs.
And
Isaac Santiago. Isaac Santiago is a guard, senior.
Well, I can probably guarantee you one thing. With 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter, the clock running, everybody on that Wildcat sideline just pretty happy.
Fumble.
Boom.
And picked up by Marin. I don't know who forced that fumble, but Marin picked it up. Bulldog ball.
But to be honest with you, it seems like they're always building. I hope that Coach Solano is here for a while. It looks like he wants to be, and it looks like he will be.
So Sasueta with the fake give, trying to run option, gets tackled for a loss of maybe 5 yards. When you're in a 5-team league, one loss is a lot. 2 losses is like lethal, man. You know, if you're trying for a league championship.
Yeah, you can be in a different position because you're going to be in a different division.
Yeah.
But when you have teams like, El Centro can't afford to have any losses. Brawley can't afford it, neither.
No.
And Imperial has one loss, and they can make it up by beating the Spartans. And then guess what? Then they got to cheer for
That's somebody to lose.
for the
If they knock off Central, then they're going to have to cheer for Central to knock off Brawley.
So
make it a three-way tie.
So before we go off the air right now, I think the Wildcats are where they want to be. This is, if you were to script a game plan, this is what it would have looked like right now. So our player of the games, our athlete of the games are going to go to number 74, Anthony Arriaga. Number 71, Jonathan Garcia.
Yes.
Number 52, Brian Porras.
Yep.
Number 77,
Evangelist Pittman.
I
love that
really
name.
Yeah. Number 67, Bernie Bustamante.
It was hard to single out one player, but you know what? You don't get 48 points on the board without an offensive line. And these are the kids that, like I said, they put the work in. Julius Diaz, number 55, is one of the kids that does it. And you can ask Ethan Gutierrez, you can ask Isaiah Young, you can ask Chandler Carranza, why did you gain so many yards? My offensive line helped me get there. They opened up a hole for me. They do it Monday through Thursday.
I'm here live with tonight's athletes of the game, the entire Brawley offensive line, consisting of Anthony Aranga, Jonathan Garcia, Brian Porras, Evangelist Pittman, and Julius Diaz. Brian, I'm going to start with you being the center. Talk about the continuity of this offensive line as a whole, and, what brings you guys success, running the ball.
Well, Brawley's always had a good offensive line. We just work hard. We have it on our hard workers, overachievers. When we practice, we practice hard. We try to perfect everything, and we just try to beat everybody each week.
Julius, I'm going to go back to you now. Now, with this win tonight, you guys have now racked up 7 in a row. How is the continuity, and how have you guys progressed as a team as the season's gone along from your first 2 losses early in the year?
Just communication with the whole line. We've been communicating about blitzes, anything we pick up. We've been working on pretty much everything, just communication and hard work.
All right, now you guys have 2 weeks now until the Big Bell game up in El Centro. I'm going to talk to you, number 71. What's the biggest motivating factor for you guys as you prepare? You guys have 2 weeks before you head up to Todd Jones Field and try to reclaim the bell.
We've all spent all our lives watching from the stands. I think we all looked forward to this point when we were getting up here for varsity. I know I waited a long time with Corona and everything, and this is just a game that everyone's been waiting their whole lives for, and we've been prepping ever since we started the season, even before that.
Well, thank you all you guys. I appreciate it for you guys taking the time to talk with us, and good luck in 2 weeks in El Centro. Will, back to you.
Will Torres, Ron Rubio here. Ron, final thoughts on the game?
Well, it's just as we expected. The Wildcats came out and did what they were supposed to do. They came out fast and stayed strong to the very end. And the Bulldogs, trying to pull off the upset, did not have the night that they wanted to. They did not execute well. But like we said, hey, football's a week-to-week business. Let's see what they could do next week, Will.
So from Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus, Sarah Torres, our new employee, JJ Galvan, Eric Swain, and family. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.